Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Restoring the Past. Today we're going to compare a Nepalese made Brown Bess socket bayonet I purchased from IMA with the example IMA features on their website. The one I purchased is on the right of your screens and the one listed on their website is on the left. I am in no way affiliated with IMA, so I will give you my honest thoughts about the differences between the website example and the item I received. So to start, for those who might not know, back in 2003, IMA went to the old Palace of Lagan Silekhana, located in Kathmandu, Nepal, and purchased the entire royal armory that was housed inside the palace. Here you can see Christian Cranmer examining a group of Brown Bess socket bayonets, just like the ones we'll be comparing today, in their untouched condition inside the old palace. Free of hundreds of years of dirt and grime, let's begin our comparison of these two unique bayonets. First off, in terms of the overall shape, size, and method of construction, it's very similar to the one pictured on the website, and is exactly what I was expecting to see. The one I purchased is at the bottom of your screen and has taken a darker patina than the one pictured above. However, this is not a big deal and is to be completely expected, because each bayonet would have developed its own unique patina depending on where it was situated in the pile when it was stored. Next, let's take a closer look at the engravings on the sockets, particularly the lions. I must say, this is one of the biggest selling features for me. Keep in mind that each animal is going to be different depending on the artisans who engraved them. They were all hand done and vary in quality and execution. These engravings were done in order to imitate the coat of arms style of lion rampant guardant used by the East India Company. With that in mind, of course the one I pictured was very different from the one pictured on the website. Which one's better? Well, I think that depends on the viewer, since both have a cartoon-like feel to them, and only vaguely resemble the E.I.C. lion. The one I got is even wearing a little hat, which is awesome. My young daughter Victoria loves the lion and thinks it's cute. So hey, there's nothing like a fine antique weapon to bring the whole family together, right? Anyway, despite the drastic differences between the lions themselves, I am not disappointed with the product I received, since they are all unique and rare. Only a limited number of Gurkha socket bayonets feature these lions, likely due to the time it took the artisans to create them. Let's take a broader view of the Nagari script featured on the sockets above the lions. For the most part, the script is very similar. Again, the engraving is as unique as an individual's handwriting, so they are not mirror images of each other. The IMA example pictured above definitely has a cleaner look to it, and the engraving appears to have been done with greater care. The one I got is much more deeply engraved, and the chisel and hammer strokes give the writing a broken appearance. Despite that, I'm still happy with the overall appearance of the Nagari script and its placement on top of the socket. It is still fairly well balanced and greatly adds to the appearance of the bayonet. This type of engraving is very much in line with what I was expecting to see, and I'm not disappointed with it. The other thing I wanted to compare was the type of Nagari script, or lack thereof, located on the blade itself. This is probably the biggest difference I noticed when I received my item. I was expecting some Nagari script on my blade, but unfortunately it was not there. Instead of the Nagari script, my blade featured a footprint stamped deeply into the blade. This is the same kind of proof mark, although with only one footprint instead of the two side-by-side footprints often found on the breech of Nepalese Brown Bess muskets of the same period. I have not been able to determine why mine has a footprint instead of the script, since the rest of the Nagari writing is identical and does not signify a different company this might have belonged to. Since the bayonets were made individually, Perhaps the footprint was made in order to match it to the right type of barrel. Although I was really hoping for script writing, the quality of the footprint is well executed, and it was deeply struck into the blade, which I do appreciate. The footprint adds to the overall charm of the piece, but I would have preferred script instead. I have ordered a second bayonet from IMA, and this time I chose the hand-selected option and specifically asked for script writing on the blade, so hopefully I'll receive it on the next one, and I'll let you all know. The last thing I wanted to compare is how the bayonets were fixed to the barrels. Since the Nepalese made these in the Windus pattern style of socket bayonets, used by the E.I.C. between 1771 and 1803, I was not surprised to see the early L-slot locking channels. The L-slot pattern requires a two-motion process for fixing the bayonet into place, and it's exactly the sort of thing I was expecting to see. Another expected feature, which is present on both examples, is the side locking mechanism, which consists of a tapering leaf spring to help hold the front sight in place. The two examples, as you can see, are virtually identical with their early L slots and the leaf springs, so there is nothing to complain about. In conclusion, I'm very happy with the product I received when compared to the example pictured on the IMA website. How happy you might be when viewing the two items side by side is largely dependent on your expectations. If you are expecting an exact facsimile of the item on the website, then you will be disappointed. But this is not how IMA operates, nor is it an accurate reflection of genuine antiques, which are all unique. If you want perfect copies of something, then go buy a modern reproduction and spare yourself the grief. The biggest disappointment for me with this bayonet was the lack of Nagari script on the blade. Although this was a limiting factor, it was by no means a deal breaker, and once again should be expected with unique antique items. The footprint is still a wonderful embellishment, not often seen on Nepalese-made bayonets, so it's hard to stay disappointed for long. It's not without its charms, and ties in well with the Nepalese musket I restored in some of my other videos, since it has the double footprints on the barrel. Other than that, I am truly happy with my purchase, and I would highly recommend you to buy one as well, if this is something that interests you. It's a great way to round out your Brown Bess collection, and hold a piece of the famous Lagan Silekhana collection in your hands. That's it for me. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Restoring the Past. It was my pleasure bringing this to you, and hopefully some of you found it helpful. I just wanted to take this time to express my thanks and genuine appreciation to all the viewers out there who have helped support me. Your comments are really appreciated, and I love hearing about the different restoration projects people have on the go. Stay tuned for other upcoming episodes, where I'll examine this bayonet in far greater detail, as well as the rare Chupri bayonet from the Brown Bess era. There's lots more to come, so take care everyone, and good luck with your projects.